Hi guys, this is Alla and I'm finally back with another tutorial. So it has been 3 weeks since I've been uploading on YouTube long videos and I thought that it would be interesting to be back with an art tutorial. For creating the bookmarks, I will need an A4 size watercolor pad. I will take one piece of paper and I will split this paper into two sides. Now I take the size of the A4 size paper and I split it into two parts to get an A5 size. So the bookmarks to create some beautiful flowers. I prepared 3 bookmarks, but it will be split into 3 videos that will appear during this week. I wanted to share all 3 bookmarks in one video, but because it is an art tutorial, it was way too long. And this is why I decided to split it into 3. As I mentioned, I split an A5 size paper into 3 parts and I start with one paper. For the bookmarks, I use the watercolor paper 200 GSM 100% cotton. With the watercolors, I use my 36 pens White Nights, and as far as you see, I prepare already my palette. All the colors that I use, I add a lot of water because I will work with glazing technique and we need very light colors at the beginning. On my palette from top to the bottom, I used violet color first, then quinacridone rose with a little bit of carmine mix, then the third flower is carmine, then we have green color and olive green color. I start with carmine color and with lots of water, and I start with the bottom of the bookmarks because I will have more flowers at the bottom and less at the top. I slightly add some olive green color in this mix to create this beautiful transition from carmine color to olive green color. Somewhere I add more water, somewhere I add less water and more color. I used now for these petals a little bit of violet color and I added some carmine to create this losing effect. Pay attention that somewhere I use more water, somewhere I use more color. I want to make different petals with different intensity of color. For example, this flower I started with olive green and slightly I added some carmine color. Somewhere I add some quinacridone rose, but it is not pure quinacridone rose color, it is a mix of quinacridone and carmine color. As for details, I add some violet color to create some cooler effect. Now I share more of my palette, as you can see which colors I use more. As you see, I prepared more quinacridone rose and with a little touch of carmine in this mix of colors. The idea is to fill this bookmark with flowers, simple flowers, and with some petals. Somewhere I use more green, olive green for the leaf effect or for the petals effect, but with greener shades. I decided to go with main flowers first and later on to add some petals and to create the interesting composition. Somewhere I add flowers with 3 petals, somewhere I add flowers with 5 petals, somewhere I add some greenery to recreate the leaf effect. Just look what works better for you. You see that the first flowers are already drying and the color stays a little bit lighter. This happens when the paper is cotton and it is called press. If, for example, we have the hot pressed paper, usually the color is not changing as much and not staying lighter. If at the bottom I used more quinacridone rose color, now I try to use more violet and to make some lighter petals. I finished with my first layer and my paper already dried, but if you feel like you need to dry it first, then you can use a hairdryer to dry it and then to apply the second layer. On the second layer, I already take more color, less water, and I add details. The details are very simple. I just use some dots in the middle and some lines to create this depth effect on the petals of the flowers. For example, on some petals I use some green to recreate the top of it with more greenery. Somewhere I add green even on the flower, so just look what you feel like it is needed. For this I used green color. I don't use any shades of green, it is pure green. And I haven't mentioned, but for the details I used to work with carmine color. It is darker than quinacridone rose and it allows us to create really interesting effects. As you can see this work closer, you can see that on the first layer when I have been applying some olive green, some quinacridone rose color or some green color, the colors were mixing up one into another, and look what a beautiful effect, losing effect it was creating, and the colors were transferring from one color into another. And now with the details we just reaffirm these flowers and making those to pop up and to catch up the viewer eye. And my last step for this bookmark is to take some green color and to add some stems to connect all these flowers, all these petals in one stem or in several different stems that come together. As an advice, if you feel like I'm painting too quick, you can pause this video at any time, or you can have the option on YouTube to make it slower, and in such a way you can follow along step by step. On the other hand, we are finishing these bookmarks. If you enjoyed painting with me, please don't hesitate to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, also leave some comments below. I will be super happy to answer all of your questions. Till the next time, bye!